Did you know these facts? More than 80% of the world has never been on an airplane. The gender-neutral term for nephew or niece is nibbling, like sibling. Cockroach milk is at least 3 times more nutritious than cow's milk. You were not able to copy and paste text on an iPhone until 2 years after its first release. The slightly slower car has a greater chance of causing an accident than the slightly faster car. The Great Wall of China is actually not visible with the naked eye from space. France has more than 12 different time zones. In Svalbard, Norway, it is standard for people to leave their houses unlocked in case someone is being chased by a polar bear. The entire native population of Madagascar descended from a small group of no more than 30 women. This jockey won a horse race despite being dead. He suffered a heart attack mid-race, but his body stayed in the saddle. The longest word in the English language is pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. And it's a lung disease, I think. The largest snake ever discovered was just found in the Amazon rainforest last week. It was 26 feet long, weighing over 1,000 pounds, with a body as thick as a car tire. Tigers are actually more hidden to their prey than you would think with their bright orange fur. Animals like deer and boar can't see every color, so they see orange as green. So this is what a tiger would look like from their perspective. Polar bears actually have black skin, but their fur is translucent, which reflects light to make them look white. Bulls attacking red is a myth. They can't even see the color red. But chickens see red, and their natural instinct is to attack red. Big wildcats let their cubs scare them on purpose to build their confidence up. Scorpions that have been frozen overnight can be put into the sunlight to thaw out and walk away. When the term alpha was used for the first time 100 years ago, they weren't talking about lions or men in suits. They were talking about chickens. The term pecking order also came from watching higher-ranking chicken bully lower-ranking chicken. Our ability to smell wet earth from rain is greater than a shark's ability to smell blood in water. If you have a shrimp allergy, you also cannot eat cicadas. There's nearly double the castles in Germany than there are McDonald's in the United States. Nigerians elected a former dictator as a president in 2015. 2024 will be the biggest election year of all time, with more than half of the world's population voting in national elections. There is no word in the English language that rhymes with silver. US State Department officially recommends that if you're traveling to Somalia, you should first draft a will and also appoint one family member to serve as point of contact with hostage takers. The average office employee who works an 8-hour day is only productive on average for 2 hours and 23 minutes. Boeing 787s must be turned on and off about every 50 days to prevent potentially catastrophic failure scenarios. Athletes who wear red have a competitive advantage. Viewing red even subconsciously can increase heart rate and aggression levels. Both of Jack Black's parents were aerospace engineers who worked on the Apollo 11 mission. The average American woman owns 8 times more makeup than they actually use. Less than 10% of Americans don't wear seatbelts, but almost half of all drivers killed in accidents were not wearing a seatbelt. We live many times closer to the last dinosaur than the first and last dinosaur did to each other. Not one US president has ever been an only child, and only 3 of them have only had one sibling. The founder of Little Caesars quietly paid Rosa Parks' apartment rent for more than 10 years until she passed away in 2005. In the 50s, a white man disguised himself as a black man and traveled around on Greyhound buses. After severe experiences with racism, he moved to Mexico out of fear for his safety. If every single person in the entire world took part in a rock, paper, scissors competition, you would only have to win 33 times to beat everybody. There's a free idea for Mr. Beast. Forks were used in ancient China, which were then replaced by chopsticks. It has rained more in Los Angeles this year than in Seattle. Your red blood cells only live about 120 days. Coke had 3 different opportunities 100 years ago to buy Pepsi and refused every single time. Christmas lights used to be a status symbol because they would often be rented instead of bought because they were so expensive. This river in the Amazon has boiling water. Australia has the highest skin cancer rate in the world. Angel Falls in Venezuela is the highest uninterrupted waterfall in the world. The Eiffel Tower can be taller by about 15 centimeters in the summer due to the increased temperatures expanding the metal. It only took Lady Gaga 10 minutes each to write Poker Face, Born This Way, and Just Dance. The Cubs' 2016 World Series ring includes an engraving of the Billy Goat that was refused entry in the 1945 World Series, which caused the owner to lay a curse on the team.